and part 3. And this is a new short story called Horrid Henry's Underpants. A late present. Whoopee! Just when you thought you'd got all your loot, more treasure arrives. Horrid Henry shook the small thin package. It was very light. Maybe it was, oh please, let it be money. Of course it was money. What else could it be? There was so much stuff he needed. A Mutant Max lunchbox, a Rapper Zapper blaster, and of course the new Terminator Gladiator game he'd seen advertised on TV. Mum and Dad were so mean and horrible, they wouldn't buy it for him. But he could buy whatever he liked with his own money. So there, ha ha ha! Wouldn't Rolf be green with envy when he swaggered into school with a Mutant Max lunchbox? And no way would he even let Peter touch his Rapper Zapper blaster. So how much money had he been sent? Maybe enough for everything. Horrid Henry tore off the wrapping paper. Great Aunt Greta had done it again. Great Aunt Greta thought he was a girl. Great Aunt Greta had been told 10 billion times his name was Henry, not Henrietta, and that he wasn't 4 years old. But every year Peter would get £10 or a football or a computer game, and he would get a walkie-talkie, teasy-weasy, burpy-slurpy doll, or a princess pamper parlour, or baby poopy pants. And now this. Horrid Henry picked up the birthday card. Maybe there was money inside. He opened it. Dear Henry, you must be such a big girl now. I know you'd love a pair of big girl pants. I'll bet pink is your favourite colour. Love, Great Aunt Greta. Horrid Henry stared in horror at the pink, lacy, flowery knickers. They were decorated with glittery hearts and bows. This was the worst present he'd ever received. Worse than socks, worse than handkerchiefs, even worse than a book. Blah, horrid! Henry chucked the hideous underpants in the bin where they belonged. Ding dong. Oh no, rude Rolf was here to play. If he saw those knickers, Henry would never hear the end of it. His name would be mud forever. Clump, 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 clump. Rolf was stomping up the stairs to his bedroom. Henry snatched the terrible pants from the bin and looked around his room wildly for a hiding place. Under his pillow? What if they had a pillow fight? No, under the bed. But what if they played hide and seek? Quickly, Henry stuffed them in the back of his pants drawer. I'll get rid of them the moment Rolf leads, he thought. Mercy, your majesty, mercy! King Henry looked down at his snivelling brother. Off with his head, he ordered. Henry, 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 cheered his grateful subject. Henry, King Henry the Horrible woke up. His Medusa mother was looming above him. You've overslept, shrieked Mum. School starts in 5 minutes. Get dressed, quick, quick. She pulled the duvet off Henry. What, mumbled Henry. Dad raced into the room. Hurry, shouted Dad, we're late, and he yanked Henry out of bed. Henry stumbled around his dark bedroom half asleep. He reached inside the underwear drawer, grabbed a pair, then picked up some clothes off the floor and flung everything on. Then he, Dad and Peter ran all the way to school. Margaret, stop pulling Susan's hair. Rolf, sit down. Linda, sit up. Henry, pay attention, barked Miss Battleaxe. I am about to explain long division. I will only explain it once. You take a great big number like 374 and then divide it. Horrid Henry was not paying attention. He was tired. He was crabby. And for some reason his pants were itchy. These pants feel horrible, he thought, and so tight. What's wrong with them? Horrid Henry sneaked a peek, and then Horrid Henry saw what pants he had on. Not his Driller Cannibal pants. Not his Marvin the Maniac ones either. Not even his old grossed out ones with the holes and the droopy elastic. He, Horrid Henry, was wearing frilly pink lacy girls' pants covered in glittery hearts and bows. He'd completely forgotten that he'd stuffed them into his pants drawer last month so Rolf wouldn't see them. And now, horror of horrors, he was wearing them. Maybe it's a nightmare, thought Horrid Henry hopefully. He pinched his arm. Ow! Just to be sure. Then he pinched William. Ah! Wailed Weepy William. Stop weeping, William, said Miss Battleaxe. Now, what number do I need? It wasn't a nightmare. He was still in school wearing pink pants. What to do? What to do? Don't panic, thought Horrid Henry. He took a deep breath. Don't panic. After all, no one will know. His trousers weren't see-through or anything. Wait, what trousers was he wearing? Were there any holes in them? Quickly, Horrid Henry twisted around to check his bottom. Phew, there were no holes. What luck he hadn't put on his old jeans with a big rip, but a new pair. He was safe. Whew. Henry, what's the answer? Said Miss Battleaxe. Pants, said Henry before he could stop himself. The class burst out laughing. Pants, screeched rude Rolf. Pants, screeched dizzy Dave. Henry, stand up, ordered Miss Battleaxe. Henry stood. His heart was pounding. Slip. Ah! The lacy ruffle of his pink pants was showing. His new trousers were too big. Mum always bought him clothes that were way too big, so he'd grow into them. These were falling down. The ones he tried on yesterday. Henry gripped his trousers tight and yanked them up. What did you say? Asked Miss Battleaxe slowly. Ants, said Horrid Henry. Ants? Miss Battleaxe. Yeah. Yes, said Henry quickly. I was just thinking about how many ants you could divide by that number you said, he added. Miss Battleaxe glared at him. I've got my eye on you, Henry, she snapped. Now pay attention and sit down. Henry sat. All he had to do was tuck his t-shirt in, and that would keep his trousers up. He'd look stupid, but for once, Henry just didn't care, so long as no one ever knew about his pink lacy pants. Click straight on to part 4, and we'll see how this sorry tale ends.